Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Win streak 3, so if we win this one, we're going to be tied for our best streak ever, which is actually, I have to admit, I'm fine with Kane here, by the way. I have to admit it's a little embarrassing for me that my streak is, I'm not trying to, sandbag it here, I'm just saying my streak is a little bit low. Mind you, we've occasionally been getting lost runs and stuff like that, but still, I would like to perhaps start working on the double digits at the very least. I think I'm good enough at this game to get into the double digits. Whenever I feel bad, I can always just remember that lost run. And, it's easier to be pretty good at the game once than it is consistently, but still, you'd think I'd be able to string together at least like a 10-win streak or something like that. Maybe that's something I'll try in the new year, assuming that maybe before January I can get real Platinum God and then just start trying to bang out streaks. I don't know. It's okay. I don't need to be Cobalt Streak. Sometimes I feel the pressure to be Cobalt Streak. I hope he knows that. I hope he knows the influence that he has in the community. It makes me want to, be a better player, but it's going to take some time. If you don't stop generating spiders, I'm going to switch my target, and I'm going to kill you instead of killing the other thing first, and you're going to be very sad about that, and now you are. Don't ever shoot your fucking bombs at me again, okay? I'm gonna put you inside of the ground, and then I'm gonna seal over the ground with some kind of super glue that will make it impossible for you to escape. Now, I love Kane's luck, but most of all, I love the way I don't love him, not even a little bit, not even at all. That's not fair. Kane he's okay. The fact that you can get so many, or such a high chance to get a consumable drop at the end of the room is, hey, it's nice. It's not really a game changer in some ways. No, now that hard mode no longer makes it so that luck is like an incredibly valuable stat, it's a little bit less valuable, but there are still some ways in which Kane is an interesting character, and in some ways even a more valuable character than some of the other characters in the game with certain build types. If you are able to get, I'm just going to fire kind of willy-nilly in here to hopefully clean out some of the detritus before we actually get involved in this horse shit. These are like two of my least favorite enemies when you have 0 damage. If you have tier effects that are dependent on luck, for example, the prototypical one is Tough Love. If you have Tough Love, luck is very useful. I'm not sure if Luck Foot actually does it, but I assume it's just based on your raw luck stat. If you have, trying to think, Common Cold or Scorpio or something like that, those would do a similarly useful thing for you. Mom's Contact, for example. Anything like that would be fine. Now, as of right now, we've got Black Bean, so we're not lucky in the game context, nor are we lucky in the actual items that we picked up. That's okay, though. This room is over, and I am, it hasn't been an absurdly long floor yet, but I am looking forward to probably just skipping the rest of this floor because we already have the consumables necessary to survive and thrive on the next floor. Might be missing out ever so slightly, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal in the whole scheme of things. Normally, I like to go a little bit faster, not worry so much about clearing out these annoying floors because, in vanilla, it seemed like, you were really, if you didn't clear out a floor, especially an early floor, you were just being lazy about it. Now there's a real reason to rush a little bit. I'll take Coat Hanger. As a result of the fact that you can get to boss rush, but also, big rooms with no damage are terrible, and it really makes me want to rush through a little bit to hopefully get some kind of DPS upgrade so that big rooms in the future are not as terrible as big rooms on the first floor. So, I mean, we could just choose not to go to big rooms, but oftentimes that gates our progress. I don't see any tinted rocks. I do see that with 2 bombs, there is a pretty nice opportunity to get 7 cents. Just, yeah, stay safe here. We do, if possible, want to put ourselves in a position where we can get a secret room at the same time, and that totally worked. And we do, if possible, want to avoid taking damage if we can. Traded 1 bomb for 1 bomb. Secret rooms, well, the old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be, right? This is okay. That should not have happened. My tears were so fast. It's my own fault. I'm not trying to blame the fact that we got the coat hanger, but my tears were so fast there that I actually blew up the TNT before the money spawned, and thus will not be getting the money. Alright, I popped the Empress card because it's not an exaggeration to say that this could actually end up being the most important floor, or the most important room in the entire game. This will give us our precedent to see if we're going to get a deal with the devil, and I think using the Empress card against what's probably, arguably, the most difficult version of the Monstro fight, smart idea. We fared very positively. We picked up an HP upgrade, which hopefully we can immediately trade away. Nope. It's one of these deals with the devil. Alright. There's not a whole lot more frustrating than getting a deal with the devil and getting one Spirit Heart out of it, when what you really wanted was some kind of DPS improvement. But hey, we're still alive here, and we did gain some extra HP, so I can't feel too awful about it. But man, unreliable deals with the devil. It's a real change. That's not a Joker card, that is Two of Hearts, unfortunately. But we'll be able to use Two of Hearts effectively if we can just spawn an arcade, which is not unlikely given that we have a decent amount of money, but not a very high amount of keys. That is typically how we end up in a situation where we don't spend very much money on shops, and as a result we end up, now, oh, big deal, I'm not going to be able to get Infestation. Piggy Bank. Well, again, this makes a Blood Bank an extremely nice pickup for us, but we are leaving the first 2 floors. What do we have, 5 minutes? I think we should go. We've already found our secret room. You know what, let's explore for a key, because we do almost have enough money to get into our shop and cause some trouble, and it would be nice to pick up like a red candle or anything that would actually help us out, there we go, in the long run here. So I'm gonna, rather than just try to farm up some money, I'm gonna, you know, throw this down here, pick up 2 cents. I should have known there couldn't be a secret room there, but that's okay. I suppose I should have picked up 3 cents there, but it's the kind of thing that's a relatively minor problem, I hope. And inside of here we find Converter and Pills. I have to... Without a key in here, sure, let's roll with Pills. It's a shame that we're not Old Kane. But hey, there's Balls of Steel, so already we've gotten about a 10-cent value out of our 15-cent item. That was not a very good play there. That's alright, though. There's that 1 cent that we would have gotten if we'd placed the bomb more properly. I don't feel great about where we're at, but I don't necessarily feel terrible about where we're at either. The pills are a little bit unreliable, but again, what do I always say about the pills? You always say they're the most boring spacebar item in the game and you'd prefer to have the deck of tarot cards. Well, that is true. I would prefer to have deck of tarot cards. But pills are net positive usually, because if you get bad pills, you only take them once. After they're identified, you never take them again unless it's situationally beneficial for you. And if you have good pills, you take them as many times as you get them. So typically, all other things being equal, which they rarely are, pills will be a net positive on your run. That's my philosophy on things. That's how Dad did it. That's how America does it. And it's worked out pretty well so far. Well, our best win streak is 4, so maybe it hasn't worked out pretty well so far. The thing that bothers me about, like, I don't care as much if a late game deal with the devil is not good or doesn't have an item. That's alright. But the reason I hate when your first floor deal with the devil doesn't have an item is because you don't establish deal with the devil precedent. So what often ends up happening is you just kind of snowball in a bad way. Your first floor deal with the devil, you work hard for it, you know, you don't take damage, and then all of a sudden, you get jack shit out of it. And then on the next floor, or maybe the next floor you don't even get a special deal, but the next floor where you get a deal with the devil, actually it's a deal with the angel, and it's got, you know, 2 Eternal Hearts on it. HP upgrade, not, you know, nothing to sneeze at, you know, it's not terrible, but that's not what you're looking for, and then, you know, maybe you get Holy Water or something like that, and that's just completely worthless for you. Because if you take Holy Water, you're going to establish like a deal with the angel precedent, and it all becomes this, you know, fairly complicated mess that you didn't want any part with. You just wanted to pick up ceremonial robes and get on your way, basically. It's all good, though. We're lucky enough to have gotten these Balls of Steel pills, so our rotation has been solid. We have 1 key, which I mean, I'm tempted to go to the shop. It's a very, you know, kind of fringe scenario. It's unlikely to happen, but if we could pick up PhD, then we'd have a great 1-2 punch with our mom's bottle of pills here. Rainbow Baby, it's okay. It's not very good, but it is, you know, maybe on the... It's a AA baby. It's a AA baby familiar. Probably shouldn't rank your babies. You know, that's how you end up with a, you know, eugenics type situation. We're gonna ignore that, purple heart for now. I think I'm actually kind of happy with Blue Baby Soul, which is not a good familiar, but is doing like an okay job for the most part. I can actually use the extra damage, so I'm not going to complain too hard about it. You know, the best familiars now, Obviously Dark Bum, if you're going to count it as a familiar. Rotten Baby, Headless Baby, stuff like that is really good. I think Rainbow Baby's a cut below them, but not too much. It's not terrible. Now, what would really destroy this run, and I mean that, like it would be at risk of destroying the run, giving us almost no chance to succeed, would be if we picked up something awful like a Tears downgrade right before the boss fight. I will do this just in case we can pick up an extra... Why even shoot the fire? It's not like we can get to it, but I can pick up maybe an extra key. An extra pill. Bad trip. That's not so bad, all things considered. And at least now we have it identified. But additionally, we are about to get 2 pills. One from our battery and one from the actual, charge finishing. Hopefully one of those ends up being good. Balls of steel maybe even. Ah, good. There's a key. So we can actually make it into our shop now. I apologize. My commentary has been a little bit buttoned up here, Rest assured, I want to break into a little bit of, D'Angelo's How Does It Feel Untitled here, but I'm not going to do it just yet. We're going to take, what was our card? The Lovers. The Lovers and 2 of Hearts. We're going to take Pheromones into our boss fight. I don't know how this is going to work for us. Like, it doesn't seem like it would do that much damage, but on the bright side, it's basically allowed us to do like 20% of Chubb's HP for free. That's not so bad. Our speed is good enough that we can pretty much just bounce back and forth here. It's working out pretty well. Chubb's no big deal, and we've managed to go yet another floor without taking red heart damage. As we go more and more floors without getting good items, that gets harder and harder to do, but for now, relatively pleased. So this is exactly the prophecy that was foretold. I am going to take it because, first off, the pills have not been that amazing for us, but secondly, right off the bat, we can just go back here and pick up 1 full HP, so let's go knock that out. If we're not going to have a lot of damage, then a lot of HP is a good help for us. There's no PhD in here. There is a battery, which it seems foolish not to pick that up. Fanny pack might be great, but, the battery is pretty much just a automatic +1 HP. Which is fairly solid. Roomba, get away from the door. I'm doing a bit right now. Don't worry. Okay, another key. That means we don't have to worry about buying a key right now, because I was concerned about it. We have been a little bit on the edge of consumables, mostly because I've been spending so many. Boss rush is still a theoretical possibility. I still resent the idea, by the way, that boss rush is like, oh, you just do it to, like, show off sometimes, or like, you overvalue boss rush. I might overvalue boss rush, but at the same time, I don't think that I do, because you walk in, and if there's something good, or something great, I should say, you take it. And if there's not, then you don't. Well, the 2 of Hearts card is effectively better than the Lovers card now, mathematically speaking, if we're going to use it to play Blood Banks, which we would expect to maybe have a good chance to get on this floor. And there it is right there. The other thing we could have done is gone with the High Priestess card. I chose not to, for now. Okay, well, I've kind of bunged up our 2 of Hearts situation, but I did pick up a stupid amount of money, so I'm a big fan of that. And the Demon Judgment doesn't count as red heart damage as far as I know, so we should still have a good deal with the whatever chance. Fanny, hey, there we go. If we can get it for free, why pay, right? We got a pill from our Demon Judgment. It is Hematomesis, which in this case was actually very nice pickup for us. I know we can play that Demon Judgment twice, by the way. Maybe that's more valuable than trying to play our Blood Bank at the same time. That one didn't work out too well for me. Come on, what's this? Perthrow. That's a reroll. I like it. Appreciate the placenta gain there. And he's got to pay out eventually. The Hierophant. Yeah, sock it to me, man. This is working out pretty nicely. Okay, that was the last one for now, unless we get Lovers or something. Emperor. I mean, it's pretty good. What's our other card? We're going to roll with the Death card for now. We picked up a lot of money there. Pop the Death card right here. Just make sure we're staying fairly close to our arcade, because that actually does make a pretty big difference for us. I'm loving that free fanny pack we picked up. Paid for itself probably already. It wasn't free. I mean, we did have to pay the judgment for it, but it's done a pretty sweet job for us thus far, being really, really good. So let's come back in here, and we're mostly worried about the Demon Judgment. There we go. He gave us Speedball. Look, I'm not an enormous fan of that. I should have probably re-rolled it. Now that I think about it, there's basically no reason not to. That's okay, though. Our money's going through the roof, and now we have the Perthrow rune to do whatever we want with, basically. So let's come down here into our boss trap room, boss rush room, if you want to call it that. And Joker? It is the Joker card. I got a Joker card out of here. See you Jokers later. Now, if we're gonna take Abaddon, which we are, we should take all of this stuff first, because we basically get it for free. There we go. And now we can come back in here and take our Perthrow rune and be on our merry way. That was, like, really good. I have a hard time thinking that this Perthrow rune is going to be better than the Emperor card, but also I'm going to roll with it because you very rarely get the chance. I like having a consumable D6 type item, let's put it that way. And you never know, maybe we end up in a really shitty deal with the devil next and we can re-roll everything in there. Who knows? For now, I'm loving this judgment. Work with me, buddy. Work with me. Okay, the keys are nice. There is a key beggar. I'm probably not going to play him, but I appreciate your support nonetheless. This is actually like a pretty incredible coup for us here. We'll pick it up. We've gone from not being very strong at all, relatively speaking, to being pretty freaking powerful here, and that pays for our trip in here. And we also picked up pheromones, not that that's very valuable in the least. Let's move along here. That is Curse of the Maze rearing its ugly head, unfortunately. Yeah, Boss Rush is probably not going to be on the table for us anymore. But at the same time, we picked up Rotten Baby, missing page 2, not really that big of a deal. But Abaddon is a huge pickup for us, and, you know, damage upgrades are particularly strong. We also have Fear Shot as a status effect now, but damage upgrades are particularly strong if you also have flies or spiders spawn to help you out, and Rotten Baby is going to go a long way towards making that happen for us. So, from what appeared to be, that's a new one, from what appeared to be a relatively difficult situation, we've actually found ourselves in a pretty likely to succeed one right away, and we're going to be able to snag another HP upgrade right off the bat here, which is kind of ridiculous. So we'll just use this, and it's going to put us, like, over the HP cap, but it's not bad because we can actually trade our HP away in the future. And definitely I will be wanting to make good use of the shop here. You know, this is not like picking up Mom's Knife or Brimstone and then, you know, a lot of high damage. It's not that big of a coup for us, but it is an enormous one considering how little damage we were doing on the last floor compared to how much damage we're dealing now. Wow, that was very quick. I know that we're basically just circle jerking ourselves here because we're at the HP cap already. But, why don't we, for now, replace these hearts with red hearts so that we have the chance. Oh my god, that's the greatest Perthrow rune of all time. We rerolled Mystery Sack into Holy Mantle. Why don't we reroll hearts that we can't change, or can't replenish, into hearts that we easily can replenish. Roomba, I've had enough of your shit right now. Not a Roomba. He's a pretty nice dude. This vacuum cleaner's an asshole, though. We'll take Blue Map, we'll take Hive Mind, we'll not buy the Spirit Heart. I know that. That's like, pheromones, or it's not, it's the other one. Oh, it's, I don't know what it is. But we have Blue Map. We've seen it before, and it wasn't as good as the Perthrow rune, I remember that. Anyway, that Perthrow rune ended up being one of the most advantageous rerolls I've had in my entire Isaac career, which you probably would not have expected given the fact that we only had one crack at it, but hey. No, you don't understand Curse of the Maze. You're messing with my shit right here. Okay. I like having more keys. I would love to become Guppy on this run. You know, we have Hive Mind. It seems like kind of a waste if we don't pick up some spider items or some fly generation items. I know we already have, I don't know why that was to the tune of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I know we already have a Rotten Baby, but it could get better, and I don't mean maybe. You know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Fuck that song. That's just I don't have anything else to say about it, just fuck it. Alright. That's a trademark Northern Lion commentary. Dog, dog, dog. There you go. I don't know why that was the intro to Crazy Train. We're gonna head down to the next floor. We picked up too much HP, almost. I really want to trade it away. Yeah, we can't see our HP, but we can be relatively confident that it's quite high. I'm gonna save ourselves just a little bit of time here. And we'll blow that open. Probably should have gone back for the Emperor card. That would have paid for itself in terms of time. We could have just fought the boss on the next floor. But I think we're going to go ahead and say that, you know, Boss Rush is but a dream right now. Let's just enjoy our life here. Man, Holy Mantle. Okay, we want to reset our situation before going in here. And we should be fine on the way out. I will fight in that boss trap room. Mob trap room. Keys are out of control. Good red chest. Good red chest. Well, you got a spirit heart we can't even pick up. We got a bunch of spiders, which, I mean, work fantastically with Hive Mind, I guess. Speed down doesn't bother me. We get 2 speed upgrades on the last floor. There might be a 4th one. Sometimes there's a 4th one, I think. Nope. Okay. One of these days, I will remember the actual spawn order of these boss rush rooms, or mob rush rooms, but spoilers, no, I actually won't, because I never did in vanilla either. Alright, check this out. We definitely do not want the Bible. I don't even think, at this point, we really care about our battery situation. Let's buy the pills, I don't know. We got some balls of steel. Some paralysis. And a speed downgrade. Well, we paid 15 cents for what's probably going to amount to 2 spirit hearts. That's not a good trade, but also we have enough money that it's not a terrible trade either. Fiscally, pretty terrible, but we're in a pretty good situation fiscally as well. Let's get fiscal, let me hear your interest rates. I'm not gonna worry about Lemon Mishap too much. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe we'll roll with Lemon Mishap, because Prayer Card has probably reached relatively the end of its usefulness. It's a better item than Lemon Mishap up to a point. Lemon Mishap's not amazing. So we'll just have to sneak in here and hopefully be okay. Not too worried about the Wall Masters. Okay. We should be using Lemon Mishap at every available opportunity. I mean, it's a 2-room charge, so we're really only hurting ourselves if we don't use it. Except on this room, where it wouldn't hurt the enemies, but... yeah, Lemon Mishap's not very good, but on a run where we're relatively strong in all other categories, why don't we take a chance to experiment on an item that maybe we're not going to be able to use for like the next 100 videos or so. I don't think I've used Lemon Mishap effectively in a long time. Lemon Party is very good. Lemon Mishap is just okay, but it's way better than it used to be. I think we also oh no, we can hurt War. Never mind. The way we're gonna hurt War is we're just gonna have to wait until he yeah, goes down into this state right here. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that we're probably gonna... oh, look, I'm gonna finish my sentence, even though it's quite obviously false now. I'm gonna assume that we're probably gonna fight Krampus. We did not. I would like to, though. Yeah, goodbye, Boss Rush. I don't think we've got a very good chance of loving Krampus's head. I might be better off just taking Whore of Babylon. Or not Whore of Babylon, Lemon Mishap. How did I get those two confused? That one's just, that's meaningless. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Lemon Mishap is more novel, which makes it more interesting, in my opinion. So I don't... yeah, I mean, I don't really know if I want to get the blood bag at this point, but we got the blood bag, so that's fine. We've had pretty stupid good luck here, which, I mean, now that I think about it, is pretty sensible considering we are playing as, you know, the Luck Master. It's pretty much all he's got going for him, along with that sweet-ass eye patch. Looks like Daryl Hannah from Kill Bill. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We should all be so lucky. Look, I'm not saying Holy Mantle needs a buff, but it would be really sweet. There it goes. It'd be really sweet if Holy Mantle actually worked on blood banks and self-sacrifice rooms and stuff like that. Ooh, okay, Pandora's Box. If we're not going to take it to the cathedral, we should just... we should have used it on the womb, too. That's alright. Look, I gotta go to the item room. There's no reason for us to be lazy about this one now. I've still gotta, you know, over the holidays, I gotta give myself some assigned reading. Part of my assigned reading is gonna be, remember, you know, internalize what floors Pandora's Box is actually good on. But in a recent stream, I took Pandora's Box to the cathedral, and I know that taking it to the cathedral means you get 1 angel item. So I was like, that seems like the best possible payout. It's that or the 2 boss room payout from the womb 2, I think. I took it all the way to the cathedral, and then I opened... oh, yes. RN Jesus has rewarded me for not being lazy today. But I took it all the way to the cathedral, and then on the cathedral I used it, and I was so excited to get Sacred Heart, and then instead it gave me Holy Water, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you, Pandora's Box. Alright. So now with Polyphemus, like, piercing shots effectively, because our damage is so high, fear shots, and our flies are just gonna be incredible. Like, this was the most casual mom fight I have ever had, even though I did get hit at the end like an idiot. So we're gonna take the Polaroid with us, as always. And here's our Krampus fight. Now I would very much like Lump of Coal. Don't give me Krampus's head. I don't want to deal with that horse hockey. Did I go to our... I really should have gone to our shop on this floor. Lump of Coal, Lump of Coal. Awesome. Everything's coming out Millhouse here. I really wish I'd gone to our shop. That was a little bit lazy of me. I really would have liked to have gotten the compass. Although, let's be honest, the likely scenario was probably fighting greed. Still, though. Interesting run. When life gives you lemon mishap, you make lemon mishap aid. Okay, obviously much has become of the life gives you lemons joke in history. Especially, like, recent gaming industry history, especially. But if life gives you lemons, maybe freaking, you know... I mean, the original expression is really good. It's not a stupid expression. I've talked a lot about how idioms are dumb. I'll roll with Liberty Cap instead. I've talked a lot about how I think a lot of English idioms are dumb. I think one of the most sensible ones is if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. That's like, if nobody likes eating raw lemons. That was the original position I was going to take. We all know somebody who claimed to like eating raw lemons, but they were just trying to seem unique and, you know, have some weirdness be a part of their identity. That shit will give you some mouth sores. Now, you know, if you had to eat them to survive, you could probably make do, but, you know, who's going to say, oh yeah, I prefer a freaking lemon to like an orange or a banana or something like that. Look, this is not fair for me to say, but if you're saying that, I feel like you're being a little bit dishonest, so I'm not gonna believe you. I'm gonna say, yeah, lemons are your favorite fruit. Here's 3 lemons. I'm gonna have 3 tangerines. We'll eat them at the same time, and whoever finishes first wins. That's all I'm trying to get out of this situation. Anyway, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade, yeah. It doesn't really work in, like, all situations, though. This is basically like if life gives you, you know, if life shits on you, make the best of it. Well, like, you know, in some, you know, you got fired? Okay. You know, life gave you lemons, make some lemonade, apply at a new, place, maybe get a better pay or something like that. But what if, like, you know, like a family member dies or something like that? How are you supposed to make lemonade out of that? That doesn't sound like a delicious lemonade. But all in all, I would give that idiom... Because what this show has basically become is Northern Lion's idiom rating show. I'm going to go down to 10. No, I'm going to go down to 6. Because at 10, he didn't pay out. Guppy. That is not Guppy. I rate idioms on this show. It's what I do. I'll go down to 5. I'll go down to 4. And, yeah, stay away from that. Alright, you're a little bit of a dick muncher here. So, if you could just... Man, spent 10 keys and got like 2 bombs out of it. Anyway, this show's basically Northern Lion's idiom rating hour, and I think if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. That's a pretty good one. I'm gonna give that like a 7.5 out of 10. We've had some stupider ones on the show. I still don't really understand Bum Rushed. I don't know why I'm playing this bad boy again. I guess because Fanny Pack can give us some more keys to make up for the ones that I lost like an idiot. I still, you know, Off the Chain, people told me it's about dogfighting. I didn't feel good about that one. I'm trying to think of some other ones that I didn't really make sense to me. We only need 4 keys. And we got some there. Thank you, Holy Mantle. Should be realizing I don't actually need to avoid walking over the spikes. I can just, you know, I'll be fine here. Apologies for getting a little dark back there. I mean, it is Curse of Darkness. There you go. I really need to, like, when I do these videos, just pop open, like, a dictionary of idioms. They have them. One of my friends, well, he was a coworker, but also a friend when I lived in South Korea. He taught the most advanced English class at our, you know, basically daycare center for, like, 5-year-olds to 16-year-olds, and it was about English idioms. And in the class, I sat in on it once just for shits and giggles, basically, because we ran a really formal operation. But, you know, they would be like, you know, teacher, what does hang on mean? And then he'd be like, well, hang on means wait, you know, just like wait for a second. And then he'd be like, okay, but what are we hanging on to? And it sounds like a silly question when you speak English, because you just know what it is through repeated usage, but if you have to explain it, it's like What are we hanging on to? Is it like a hang on to the phone? I wasn't gonna put the phone down. Wow, that's the first damage we've taken in a little while here. I don't know what that is. I think we're better off. I did see the... let's just pop it. Yeah. I thought Balls of Steel put them on the ground. That's Hierophant. I thought Balls of Steel put them on the ground. I don't know what it is about that sentence that sounds vaguely dirty, but anyway. It's true, man. I'm sure lots of languages have stuff like this. I'm just only familiar with English, but... What does hang on mean? Hang on to the phone? Why don't you just say, hey, wait a second? You know, that makes much more logical sense. Like, I'll be right back. Hang on. What, are we on like a freaking tightrope or something here? No, we're not, is the answer to your question. We are not on a tightrope. We're on a telephone. Are you going to do your brimstone shot at me? I think he might do his brimstone shot at me. Okay. We're going to head up to the next floor. Probably going to pop the Emperor card right away because why not, basically. We're not going to lose this run. Probably. Red chests? Well, we'll open them and see if there's anything good. There was one Spirit Heart, which is not worth taking. So, but we're also already almost done, so maybe we'll fight it and then teleport out at the end to see what these pills are. Just gotta fight one more enemy after this. Speed up is fine, and hematemesis. I don't like this room, but it's unlikely to be the death of us. We got a lot of red hearts out of that. That was worth it. I'm not gonna use hematemesis. I am gonna use the Emperor card though. So that's a new one. Emperor card plus Curse of the Maze means you won't necessarily end up going to the boss room. That's a surprise to me. We got very close. You know, I'm not that salty about it, all things considered, but man, a little bit surprising that with Curse of the Maze, I think that's what did it anyway. With Curse of the Maze, even your Emperor cards are not reliable. Very strange. Alright, so we're going to beat Isaac easily without taking damage. Looking forward to seeing what kind of ridiculous, you know, augmentations and synergy we can get on the next floor. We're pretty much set for life here, and this is going to end up being a relatively quick one as well. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Ladies. Okay, so we got a Spider synergy, we got an all-stats upgrade, Notched Axe is awful, Harlequin Baby is okay. Spider Babby, that'll be a nice little damage bonus. Why not pop the Stars card? Could be interesting. I guess the one reason why not is if we teleported into a secret room, like, if it was surrounded by special rooms, there's no way for us to get out, but could it even be surrounded by special rooms? That was the worst shot of all time for me. I don't think it could be surrounded by special rooms on the chest. I may be wow, okay. Let's finish this bad boy off then. With Holy Mantle, I think we're in a pretty likely position to just not take damage here, which is nice. Thank you for the slow there. We're already on, like, the final 25% of the HP here. Pretty good tier-wise. You know, this run started out a little shaky, but really I owe this whole run to that teleportation on the red chest to the Deal with the Devil room. Then Abaddon and Rotten Baby really saved the day for me. But hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. This has now tied our greatest streak of all time, which is so sad. We'll be gunning for the best streak, new record of 5. Womp, 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 womp. I feel like I've been playing pretty good in Rebirth. I mean, we're on, like, episode 190 or something like that. No, we're on, like, episode 165, somewhere in there. Only 107 deaths, and most of those have come from either the Lost, where I'll lose like 5 times in a row, if not more, or unlocking the Lost, which took me like 10 deaths, or like 9 live situations. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a lot. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Many, many more in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.